Hello everyone, welcome to All About ECE. In this session, we are going to discuss about linear equations, integrals, differentiation, partial fractions. In all these things, we are going to discuss. So let's start our session. In this video, we are going to discuss about all the mathematical related things like whatever we are using current nowadays, so many transformations, so many applications regarding the mathematical, that and all we are going to see in this session. So let's go. This is the MATLAB second tutorial. If you are not watching the first tutorial, please go and watch that video which I am providing in the icon button in the topmost. So then you will get to know better understanding of this tutorial. So in this tutorial, I am going to focusing on system of equations. In system of equations, we have two types. One is linear and non-linear equations. And also, I am going to discuss about in this tutorial integrations, how to do perform the integration operations using MATLAB, and also how to perform the differentiation mathematical related sums. And finally, I am going to discuss how to do the partial fractions. But you want to do all these things, but we need some basic coding understanding. So don't worry, we will be guide you in proper manner. So now let's start. First one is system of equations. In system of equations we have two types. One is non-linear equations and another one is linear equations. What does mean linear equations and what does it mean non-linear equations? Linear equation means consisting of order is 1. It means power of any sum is 1. But the linear equations can be solved using the converting it into matrix. This how to convert this matrix formation, then I am going to show in the while we are executing these commands. So let's don't worry about that. And non-linear equations means having higher order, more than one power. It means that the second order equation, third order equation, all these are called nonlinear equations. All these are solved with the help of some set of commands. That is, we can use nonlinear functions or linear function. Linear functions anyway we are going to solve in by converting it into a matrix form. So there is no code involved. A little bit tricky is not there. But when you are trying to solve the nonlinear equations, then you need to use the functions called solve, fsolve. These are the inbuilt functions which are provided by the MATLAB library itself. So whenever you want to solve the problems related nonlinear and linear equations, you need to open that command according to the syntax however we are providing in this. Now, second part is integrals. In integrals, we have two types: definite integrals and indefinite integrals. In indefinite and definite integral, also we have so many types. What is single integration, double integration, and triple integration? So, integral of f of x into dx is equals to it is indefinite integrals. It is single integration, double integration, triple integration. All these execution part will be shown in the execution in the MATLAB command prompt. So don't worry about that. Just first try to concentrate whatever we are discussing here. Okay. And next, this is the definite integrals. We need to give the limits as well. When you are going to limit this equation, we can use a function called integral. Whenever you want to perform the integral operation using MATLAB commands, then you need to use a function called int. In that bracket, you need to provide the equation along with which variable you want to perform the operation, and also you need to give the limits as well. As here, suppose let us take one example. While executing, I will show in detail. Don't worry about that. Next one is code for the integration of simple equation. So let's see here. CLC and clear all commands are for every equation or every problem we'll going to write. And I am taking that a is equals to x square plus 2x plus 3. This equation is a little bit clumsy, right? When you want to make this equation very good manner in such a way to observer to see very beautiful, then you need to use a function called pretty. In the bracket, you need to write the equation whichever variable you are assigned in that function. That will be shown in the execution part. Okay, then I am going to take in a variable a with the equation x square plus 2x plus 3. Then I want to perform the integral operation for the equation of a. So in that case I am going to write int whichever the equation you are going to write that equation comma that particular variable and which variable you are to perform. Then I am going to perform the integration with respect to x. So with respect to x means you need to put the variable called x. Whenever you want to perform the integration with respect to y, then you need to pose another equation by specifying the comma. After that, here equation, here the variable. Then you need to specify the limits also. Then comma followed by x limit followed by upper limit and followed by left lower limit. In such a way you are going to then. And also instead of using int function they may use also quad for single integration. For double integration you may use this scenario, or else you may use this scenario also, double quad a comma x. Okay, next. So whenever someone is had the board code, they need to worry about that. Don't worry about that. MATLAB doesn't include so many that set of codes. It requires a little bit knowledge about that. That's it. So whenever you have confidence in yourself, like Chota Bim, then you will get everything in your hand. Next concept is differentiation. Differentiation, which is nothing but decreasing the order of the that function. While integration means summing, means increasing the powers of the that particular equation, whereas the differentiation means decreasing the function. Whereas differentiation means you need to decrease the function. If you have that function as x square, then you need to reduce that function into x 2x. After that, you need to simplify further. Then you to use method is differentiation. In differentiation also, to evaluate the differentiation functions in MATLAB command, we need to use a command called diff followed the equation followed the y followed by the variable which you want to differentiate. If I am going to take particular example, like our syntax is going to be in this way: diff followed by equation, whatever that equation, and followed by the variable which you want to perform the differentiation operation according to the equation. Okay, now I am giving some one example regarding that. Equation 1, I am taking x square plus y square is equals to 0, and equation 2 is equals to y is equals to 4x square. Whenever you want to perform or solve this equation, you need to specify using double equals, double equals, double equals in the command prompt writing. So whenever you want to specify, that will be double equal to. While execution, you will get to understand practically itself. So for time being, now just remember that whenever you want to perform the equations, then you need to write in commands like x square plus y square double equals to 0, not single equal to. Single equals to corresponds to assignment operator. So in this way. Next, you want to perform the 2 times differentiation. Then here I am writing diff x square plus y x square plus 2x. This equation I am going to perform in with respect to x, then I am going to get 2x plus 2. Again I am going to perform the differentiation 2x plus 2, then 2x plus 2 2 0. Differentiation of constant is 0. 2 into x will be goes. So differentiation of x square plus 2x under two conditions, that means under it is performed the differentiation under 2 times, then the result is value is 2. Okay, next a double integration for that one, and I'm going to specify this in this way. For n numbers, if you have n equations, then you need to evaluate in this way: diff function followed by equation 1, equation 2, equation 3, followed by the for the variable even which is the independent variable is v1. That means that if you have equation e1 x square plus y square, then the variable which you want to specify, that variable has to be differentiated with respect to that value. So next E2 followed by V2, E3 followed by V3. In this way, we will see. And x square plus y square plus 2x plus 3, here the function is this equation is looking like clumsy. It is not in order, right? So whenever you want to make your equation very beautiful, then you need to use a function called pretty, that will be shown in the execution part. Next is I'm going to discuss about partial fractions. Partial fractions, everybody are aware of these partial fractions, but I am going to discuss a little bit. Okay, the term partial fractions. Okay, in partial fractions the basic syntax is residue. Here I am going to consider numerator and denominator. If we take this value as I am going to take this is x. Okay, now whenever you want to perform the partial fraction, you must and should have numerator and denominator, right? So here rpk, residue numerator denominator, and rpk residue z b comma a. Why you are written both? You want to perform the partial fractions, but why you are using residue and residue z? There must be some difference, right? If there is no difference means you can use anything, right? But in residue and residue z, some difference is there. What is the difference is, so have a glance on that. What is the difference between residue z and residue? In this slide I am going to explain, already previously explained. Just look into that what I am written. So it converts residue z, it converts a continuous time signal to Laplace transform method. Residue z converts the continuous time system according to the Laplace transform. Okay, and the residue is converts the discrete system using Z transform method. Okay, by mentioning the extra Z itself, it turns in different manner. It means that if you put residue, it is taking as discrete time signals. If you put residue z, then it is going to treat as a continuous system. Then according to that continuous system, it is change the equation using Laplace transform method. If you perform residue, then it is going to be evaluated in discrete manner using Z transform method. Okay, this is how the theory part. Now we are going to see about execution. First and foremost, we are going to see about the linear equations solutions. How we are going to represent, right? So let us see here. Here I am making one linear equation, 2x plus 3y plus z is equals to 2, 4x plus 3y minus z is equals to 4, x plus y plus z is equals to 3. These equations should be written in the form of ax is equals to b, correct, right? Everyone are familiar with ax is equals to b, right? So in this way I am written. It means that let's wait. I will show you in this command itself. Okay. See here. Here 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It means that there are three equations you need to convert into three rows and three columns, right? So 1, 2, 3 I am written one row followed by semicolon. Whenever you put the semicolon, it will terminate to next line. So that will be in second row. That will be in third row. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 1, triple 1. This is left side A equation, and B, which is 2, 4, 3 on the right hand side, that will be each column, right? So for that 1, 2, 3 it will be 2, for 4, 3 minus 1 it is 4, 1, 1, 1, for it is 3. So it is written in column matrix. When you want to solve the linear equations, you need to follow this syntax. C is equals to A followed by backward slash, not forward slash, followed by backward slash B. Then if I am going to execute this command, let's see what will happen. So the C value is for x 7, y minus 7, z is 3. And I have a doubt such that whether the result we got is correct or not. So for that we are going to check this one. So 7 minus 7 3. X value is 7 plus y value is minus 7 plus 7 minus 12 is goes to 0 and 3 plus c value is z value is 3. Z 3 is equals to 3. Is it satisfied, right? So in this way the linear equations is going to be evaluated in the MATLAB. Now we are going to see about nonlinear equations. So let's see here the execution of the linear equations has been done. Now nonlinear equation solution. Here you need to specify symbolic x comma y. It means that it is a standard which variable you are going to using in that particular function. So you need to specify symbolic x comma y. If you are taking more than two variables, then you need to specify x, y, z. If you are using more than two variables, three variables, x, y, z, w, in such a way you need to specify the first variables. Then here anything you want to include, however you want, but I am taking x value and y value. So using solve function, this is open function, this is brackets. Inside the brackets you need to specify the equation with double equals to 0 and y minus 4x square is equals to 0. X square plus y square is equals to 0. It is a circle and this is the hyperbola. So I am taking what I am assuming that my values whichever I am getting, those values should be greater than 0. It means that whenever you are solving that particular equation, you may get negative values, you may get positive values, you may get complex value, you may get complex conjugate values. So to avoid the confusion regarding all those equations and roots, then I am going to specifying like x is greater than 0 and y is greater than 0 followed by that variables whichever you are using, x comma y. So I am going to ask x value and y value. Let's execute this part, how it is going to be evaluated. Let's see here. So on clicking right button, it means that whenever I am specified run and advance, x is equals to y by 4 and y is equals to 1 by 4. If you have a doubts, let's verify that. X value is 1 by 4. 1 by 16 minus y square by 2. Y value also 1 by 4. 1 by 16 minus 1 by 16, 0. Exactly correct, right? So, the result, whatever we are getting, that is satisfied the above equation. So, in this way, nonlinear equations is going to be evaluated. If you have any doubts regarding while execution, please contact us very soonly. We will clear very easily. Next, we are going to see about integrations. Let's see the integration values. So CLC clear all these are same common sims x symbolic x1. Now I'm taking the equation x cube plus 2 x square minus x plus 3. This is the equation I am going to perform the integration operation with respect to x. So I am assigned that value a is equals to int equation followed by which variable you want to perform. Pretty is used for to model our equation. So let's have a glance. Let's execute this code. So if you see here, quickly revise, right? Equation int followed by pretty. So whenever I am going to perform the operation for integration, integration means integration of x of n is x of n plus 1 by n plus 1, right? So x cube is given by x power 4 by n plus 1, x power n by n plus 1, right? Next, 2x square. X square is treated as x square plus 1 by 2 plus 1, x cube by 3, 2x cube by 3. Next, x is treated as x power 1, 1 plus 1 by 1 plus 1. So, minus x square by 2. This is 3x, x power 0, 0 plus 1 by 0 plus 1. It means that x will be going to be added. In this way, it is going to be evaluated. Now, let's look onto differentiation. So if you see here, I am performing the both integration and differential operation within this command itself. I am going to take this equation here and using diff operation. So here see, for this integration part, it is completely, whenever you are using pretty function, the equation is looking like so beautiful, right? So in this way you are going to use. Now I am going to b is equals to diff of equation. Equation is this one. So it has to be differentiated that equation and give the result, right? So whenever you are performing differentiation operation on this equation, x cube is turned into 3x square, 2x square is turned into 4x, and x plus 3. This constant will be goes out and x will be treated as dx by dx, so it will be minus 1. So have a glance this one. So I am going to make this one some pretty of b. So it will looks like 3x square. So 3x square plus 4x minus 1. In this way, differentiation operation is going to be performed. Now I am going to double differentiate this equation. I am differentiating two times this equation. So EQA, correct, right? EQ EQU. So I am going to do double differentiate equation. Here only one equation you need to specify, but for timing I am specifying differentiation of x. I am going to differentiate two times. Let's see what will happen. What is the result we got? So here see 3x square plus 4x minus 1 equation is x square plus 2x square minus x plus 3. So when perform the first integration, it is going to be evaluated this one. Whenever I perform multiple time, second time 6x plus 4 is the result. In this way, differentiation is going to be evaluated. One more thing I would like to tell is I want to solve this equation of integration with the help of the limits. Okay. So I am specifying the limits also. Let's wait for that. First, I am specifying upper boundary, comma lower boundary. So if you perform this one, what is way going to be print? Let's see here. Let's run this command. Then you will be going to get an integer value of this one. So a is equals to 22 by 3 is the best correct answer for that one. Whenever you have limits, then you need to perform the integration operation with the help of this one. And similarly, you can also perform differentiation using limits also. Wait, I am specifying x comma I am giving 2 as a variable. So if you perform this one, then it is going to give both differentiation and integration value at a time. 22 by 3 and b value as 6. When it is going to be 6x plus, here this equation is x cube is 3x square plus 4x, correct, right? Again 6x plus 4, again you differentiate 6x, it is going to be result as 6. So in this way, differentiation limit initial values also you will going to be identify, and you will perform the integration operation whenever the limits are given. When limits does not given also, it means that definite and indefinite integrals is going to be evaluated in this manner. Now we will going to be most important and executable statements of partial fractions. Let's have a glance in this one. Here you have that numerator degree is less than the denominator degree. In this case, we will going to be get in this way: a by x minus 3 plus b by x plus 1. So we will going to be evaluated this residue using here. So first I need to specify the residue, poles and constant. In that one, residue numerator values. What are the numerator values? Numerator values is 0, 1, 1. Higher order, right? 0, 1, 0. So next, column values. What is the column values? It means denominator values. Denominator values is 3 minus 4 comma 1. 3 minus 4 comma 1. Okay, when I am going to execute this command, what will you are expecting? Values of row, residues, values of poles, values of constant, right? So let's try this one. So you are getting the values, right? Residues and poles. Wait for that one. So I got the residues as, it means that value of A is, the value of A I got is minus 1 by 2. Residues is 1 by 2, it is going to be minus zero point 0.5 residues. And poles I am going to get is 1 comma 1 by 3, right? Here x minus d when I am going to change that values. And here it is a proper fraction, right? So no value is written, only single term here returned. Okay, a value is 0.5, b value is minus 0.16, and rules poles are 1 comma minus 1 by 3, and k it is improper fraction, right? So it is not going to evaluate proper fraction. So let's check for improper fraction also. So let's see here. I have been considered that improper fraction, that is x square plus 8x plus 13 and x square plus 5x plus 6. It means that both the numerator and denominator has equal order. It means that equal powers. So in that case, that is called improper fraction. So when I'm going to be evaluated, residues will come, poles will come. The value of k should be 1. Why? Because it is improper fraction, right? So 1 plus something, a by x plus 1, b by x plus 2. In such a way, it is going, right. In this way, it is going to be executed. So let's see what will happen. So here, if you see here, so whenever I am splitting this equation, then I am going to get 1 plus a by x plus 3 plus b by x plus 2. Here I am getting the value of a corresponding to a is 2, corresponding to that root. It means that 2 by x plus 3. When I am going to evaluate it equals to x plus 3 is equals to 0, then we are going to get the value of x is minus 3. So corresponding residue of 2 pole is minus 3. Corresponding residue of 1, corresponding root is minus 2. And the value of k is 1 because of it is a improper fraction. It is clear that if you have any doubts regarding this also, you can contact. This is how for the entire session. If you have any doubts regarding any of these above discussion, please comment us below. We will surely help you to learn this course thoroughly. And if you are not subscribed till now our channel, please subscribe our channel to help us to grow in this field. Thank you for watching.